Welcome to another episode of Political Promises on your TV station, Grassroots TV. Today, I have a special guest here that is going to tell us about some of the politicians and the government. When they are campaigning, they used to tell us a lot of things they want to do for the citizen during the campaign. But thereafter, do they fulfill these promises? That is what this program is all about. So today, I'm being joined by Dr. Oke Idanewe. He is the national convener and chairman of Integrity Group of Nigeria. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, and good day, listeners all over the world.
Well, like you all said, we all know, Nigerians so far, people and Nigerians are so much concerned about the development in this country. So in your own view, can you tell us your observation and your situation in this country? In terms of government fulfilling their promises so far, so good.
Yes, first and foremost, my name is Dr. Oke Idanewe. I am from Delta State, the National Convener Chairman, Integrity Group of Nigeria, the Renewed Hope Agenda Ambassadors of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government. Now, talking about keeping promises, I want to start by commending this name, Grassroots Television, because politics is grassroots. And this name, we commend it. We want more of grassroots television all over the world.
Thank you very much.
Having said so, coming to your question, promises fulfilled, on using the Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a case study.
No, before you use Bola Tinubu as a case study, let's look at the past government, and the politicians so far, both the state and the federal.
You all agree with me that the past, at the federal level, promises of government are just mere 20-30% fulfillment. It's been appalling. Leadership has been appalling in Nigeria. We're a blessed nation, a blessed country with enough human capacity and human resources, natural resources abundant. But our major problem is leadership. But over the years, those that did a little will thank them. But the performance has been abysmal, without apology. Has been abysmal, and we always hope for the better. We are proud Nigerians who believe in Nigeria. We only have one country, Nigeria, in the world. And I am a proud Nigerian, and I believe you are one of them.
Of course.
Having said so, the past leaders did their best, but we are getting better by today. So the past ones for presidency, including everyone that has led the country before, has been abysmal.
Both military and civilian.
Has been abysmal. They did one or two things, thank you, but it could have been better. You cannot have a D in an examination and you come to say you are passed. So I scored them D. Then credit to few that did maybe the GSFO we are using and a few other things we are experiencing. But apart from that, why I'm scoring them D and below is a level of indebtedness the country was plunged into, the level of wastage, the level that the crude oil theft, the environmental degradation of the Niger Delta, the inadequacy, the lack of tapping other mineral resources in other states. Take for instance, Nasarawa is not trying to, the state of solid minerals, not trying to harness their resources. Before, the policies of the former leaders made the governors semi-lazy. Let me use that word. They were not optimum, but now the governors have to sit up because we are getting better. So I scored them D and below, and a D is not a credit, so you cannot even go further with a D in examination.
Well, taking from your submission that so far so good, they have been not well performed.
Abysmally.
Now, looking at our politicians.
Sorry, let me come. The abysmal performance was, it became from 40% to 35 to 25, started going down.
Can you give us the reason why some of these promises being made during the campaign are not met when they get to the power? I mean, both the federal and the governors and the state governors.
I want to leave the governors out of this.
But we can't. You can't leave them because it's a confederation state. There's no way we can leave the state governors from developmental projects in the country.
The reason, I will tell you the reason very soon. Once I have headache now, the whole of my body cannot function. The moment the president of the country is not up and doing, the governors will follow suit, majority of them, if not all. Now, once your head, if you are a wayward father, you cannot chastise your child at home that has done something bad when it is glaring that you are wayward. So I don't want to use the word that I want to talk about the presidential system of government we are running. That the presidencies all over the years from 1999, permit me, let me leave the other ones, till date. Obasanjo came, tried his best. Yar'Adua came, did the one he could do, and nation took his course. Then my father and elder from Bayelsa State came, did the ones he could do and left. Another person again, the late Buhari came. Here we are. And thank God for Asuwaju.
Well, you tried to exonerate the governors.
Yes, it's not exoneration. Being that, okay.
Now, governance is from the local to the state and the federal. Most of this developmental project we are talking about to the citizen during the campaign, the governors promised their citizens some of these promises. Now, some of these promises, after being voted in, none of them were able to fulfill some of these promises. The key reason and why I'm asking is that why do they fail? Why do you have these political promises? Why do you have this not being what should I say? Why they not being fulfilled these promises? Because part of what they do when they are campaigning is to tell the citizen, I'm going to give, especially most of the things that they are fundamental matter, I'll give you road, I'll give you water, I'll give you this. But when you get there, none of this, you find them doing it.
Okay, let me budge by talking about the governors now. If you look at state by state from 1990 date, some are more developed than the others. It's not for you to write. Like in my state, Delta State, the governors have been fair to us to an extent. The Delta State is developing regime by regime, era, phase by phase. Governor Bori came, did his own. Governor Oduaga came, tried his best. Governor Okowa came, did his own. Now, Governor Sheriff is running and winning the best governor of the year back.
Don't come and market your governor here.
No,
what you are trying to look at, what we are trying to look at, we are trying to look at the generality of the government.
So in Delta, we've had it okay, but it can also be better. Don't misunderstand me. That's why I said I don't want to talk about the governors before. There is some states are still like rural states. But of recent now, the rural states are now picking up for the past 2 years. But before now, some states have been ruralized because of the abysmal nature of the government that are there because of the performance of the presidential system, the president that we have.
Now let us now look, what can the citizen do in order to make this our position to fulfill that?
Okay, in going forward, I have my voter's card, you have yours. Any governor that is not performing, vote him out. If he does not fulfill his promises, vote him out. Rep member, vote him out. Senator, vote him out. Local government chairman, vote them out. Let us elect those that can make democratic dividends more enriching to us.
But when you are talking about voting them out, looking at our peculiar system of operating in terms of election, money changes hands. How do you think that our vote can count in making sure that we have a credible governor, senator, House of Rep to be there for us and then fulfill that promise? Don't you think there is a need for us to have a kind of what would I say?
Reform
that will make us to make sure that if these promises you make during the campaign are not met, by the time you are coming back for your second time, you should give us a scorecard, because we do see some scorecard being shown by some of this government governors or government in the televisions, but yet the realities are not on the ground. Okay, so what do you think is the problem? I want us to look at the problem of why people come out, politicians come out, talk this, say this. At the end of the day, you find them doing one or two of them.
You asked me a question. Let me answer you first. You said our nature of election, money exchanging hand. That's what I picked.
Yeah.
Now, nation building is a collective effort. You, myself, the cameramen that are here, and the entire world in Nigeria. Now, having said so, you talk about reform. Look, we sang a song during the apartheid era in South Africa. He said, we come to a round table, we sign treaties, we open the cupboard, put the treaties inside the cupboard, and we lock the cupboard. That nothing will happen to the nation except to change our hearts. Now, what is the heart? Let Nigerians know one thing, both home and diaspora, that nobody should buy your vote. If I pay for your vote, the tendency I'm going to cheat on you later is very high, because I will want to return the money I used in buying the election back to where I raised it from. But when I come to campaign and you support me wholeheartedly,
based on my
performance, and I'm coming for an election, you are going to buy votes. They will vote you in. So stop vote selling, because the buyers will come. The buyers will definitely come and tempt you. The major problem we have here, if you like change the reforms, once the system, your heart is corrupt, there's nothing you're going to do. There will still be a way to manipulate the system. Even in the freest of elections, there is still an atom of manipulation, rigging in it. But we'll try to minimize it to make sure that the upper hand, the best practice, is operated. Now, Nigerians should reject bad leaders. Reject bad leaders. That's my word to you today. That's the only way you can get a greater Nigeria. Now, elections are coming. People are started buying lands, buying foodstuff, paying people's salary, paying people's school fee, taking care of people's health bills. Go around the rural areas. Those that want to come and campaign are doing that. You ask yourself, when you have sold your conscience, the man will come and you will vote for him, and you know he's a bad person.
Well, we have spoken so well about the past government and all this stuff. Now let's look at this current government now. What can you say? What can you say about this current government? The government we are into now, can you just give us its own can you give us your own view about this current government?
You know, I have scored the former president of Nigeria from 1990 dates D. D is not a credit. Now, I want to, without being biased, the only president that has stopped fuel subsidy in Nigeria is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The only president that has conducted a press interview in a public program and said openly the governors should water the local area. If you have not given them enough, you cannot tell them to water the local people. That word the president has said, he has put all the governors on their toes, that enough of wastage, enough of excuses to governance. The president who has been able to have a tax reform that the high income earners are going to pay according to their earning. That's why it is better for the common Nigerians. A president who has paid all of our IMF loans. Nobody has done it before. A president who has increased the revenue generation of Nigeria unprecedentedly. Right now, a local government chairman can have 500 million, 1 billion naira in Delta, where I come from. Another local government where they come from, they are working with what they have. I just told the president that has told the governors enough of excuses and let us sit down and rebuild the country. the president that has created the Geopolitical Development Commission. It has never happened before. A president that has said is giving all his all for Nigeria. He came prepared. He's the only man who, as a governor, had non-Lagosians in his cabinet. He's not a tribalistic person. He's the man that has come to say Nigeria must get better. A president that is...
Dr. Okay. The question is rating him in terms of developmental project.
Hold on.
Fulfilling his political promises.
Yes.
That is what I think we want to try to look at it on this program.
I just told you, he has told the governors to water the ground, so there's enough resources for them to use. Now, a president that as well, on his own, has been able to checkmate the cabals of leakages in this country. A man who came prepared. The policies he talked about, the health sector is vastly stronger. Go and make your findings. The oil sector, the dance sector is being upgraded. By this time next year, I foresee us buying petrol for 500-600 naira. Mark it down. Yes, by this time next year. A president that is so passionate to the extent that he could, I want to repeat again that word, he was able to challenge the governors, the word recently, I don't know if you heard it, try to water the world level, the local people. How many presidents have done this before? The answer is no. What question? Now, he came on board. When he came, he met an economy that is like a rotten tomato. When you go to market and buy tomatoes, those rotten ones, you see them, they are more or less worthless. If you want to use rotten tomato, you grind, you boil. When you are boiling, you perceive offensive aroma before you sieve and use the one you want to use. Now, the excruciating policies he has taken, like the removing the first subsidy that people are facing, is that aroma that you perceive when you are boiling a tomato that was not good. In the sense that before now, there has been room for the cabal to take away our resources, steal foreign government funds through the crude oil subsidy era. Since he removed that, no cabal in the nation again in terms of the economy. So it takes time. So the tomato is boiling. We're going to sieve now. After sieving, you will do what? You will eat fresh stew in Nigerian economy. And that is what he met. That's what he's doing.
Dr. Okay, I think we will have to leave it here today. Before I allow you to go, your group, Integrity Group, I think you are trying to have a kind of a program to enlighten Nigerians a bit, to showcase what the government so far has done. I just wanted to make just a small brief on it.
Because of the policies of this government, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Youth Hope Initiative, what we have seen, what we have experienced, we are the Integrity Group of Nigeria, and we are a body of like minds, self-sponsored, that want to organize a summit and a World Press Conference come on the 18th of August 2025 at Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Center to showcase the policies, to tell the world the achievement of 2 years and as we go forward. Funnily enough, as I was talking, the keynote address speaker walked in, who is not that person than Chris Ayaun, PhD, from Imo State, who is the developmental consultant to the Federal House of Representatives.
I think my commercial department will need to see that.
We are coming prepared.
All right, Doctor, I think...
So we are having a program to tell the world what the president has done. Why would you support him to win a second bid election? Well, the future of Nigeria belongs to what Tinubu Asiwaju is doing. If you fight him, you fight the nation.
Well, thank you very much. I think I want to thank you for coming to this program, Dr. Oke Idenewene. Idawene. Sorry for the pronunciation. The National Convener and Chairman Integrity Group for coming to talk to us about political promises. Well, that's the program for today. Same time, same station. Join us and with another good guest that we're going to talk about what the nation is passing through and the promises of the political party. My name is Tony Ayodele. Do have a blessed day.
God bless you all.